We good to go?
It feels like the perfect night for Swiftcast, a Taylor Swift podcast by the fans for the fans.
Hey everyone!
Hey, Ash.
Sup?
Hey.
Welcome to episode 32 of Swiftcast.
Woohoo!
Woo!
32. That's 10 more than 22. It's like the older version of 22.
And it's Taylor's age backwards.
Hey!
For a couple more weeks.
Only for like,
Yeah, for a
only
couple
for
weeks,
like 2
yeah.
weeks though.
Oh my gosh, she's gonna be 24?
She's turning 24 on December 13th.
So this is Ashley.
Belle.
Haley.
Nate.
And Steph.
All 5 of us. Wow, we haven't had 5 people in a long time.
We haven't. It's the magical 5.
So welcome back everyone, and if you haven't had a chance yet, we hope that you downloaded or will go download our mini episode that we just released on Sunday, November 23rd. We had an epic trivia face-off between our Nate and Fantasy Nate from the ESPN podcast. So if you haven't listened to episode 31.5, you should go do that.
Just want to give a quick shout out to Nate Ravitz for coming on the show. That was really cool of him.
Yeah, he was great.
AKA Fantasy Nate.
AKA Fantasy Nate.
He was definitely a good sport, and he also knew, some stuff about Taylor. I was a little bit impressed.
He did pretty well, and it was really cool working with like a quote-unquote professional podcaster.
That was kind of cool.
It was very cool.
He's a natural. He was so funny. So definitely go check that out if you haven't. Before we move into the main parts of our episode, we have a few mini things that we want to talk about. So, on episode 31, we had our very first game of Apples to Taylor, where we had a couple of listeners play a game where they had to come up with certain words associated with Taylor terms, and it was pretty funny. And then we put a poll on our website to let you vote for your favorite contestant, and the majority of you voted for Liz as the winner, so she will be getting a Taylor Swift Spiral Notebook.
Yay! Go
Congrats,
Liz.
Liz.
Congrats, Liz.
If you heard the game and that's something that you would want to do in the future, keep an eye on our Twitter. And when we play trivia, we play Taylor trivia at random times. And then from that, we will get a new group of contestants who win in that to actually have as part of the show for Apples to Taylor.
I thought it was pretty fun. Kind of put you on the spot a little bit there, the contestants. And
Yeah, I think we need to do another game soon. We've been doing all sorts of games lately.
we do. Games are fun.
So, in this section, we also thought that we would take some questions from you guys, our listeners, about anything random that you wanted us to discuss that we may not have time to give a full discussion to in our episode. So, this week's question is from Taylor Updates 12, and she wants to know which Taylor music video is each of our favorites and why. So, I thought we could each just give a quick little 1-minute answer on this. Who wants to start?
I'll start. I always have opinions.
Okay, you can start.
All right. I think my absolute favorite Taylor video, honestly, is White Horse. I just thought it was, simply done, but it still conveyed like the really powerful, just sad emotion of the song. And I really liked Taylor's look in it, and I liked her acting in it, and I liked the simplicity and like the fact that her simplicity was actually really like a powerful message. So I don't know.
That one
That's
always makes me cry.
Yeah, that always makes me like sniffle. So I don't know. Whenever I think of her music videos, that one is like the first one that comes to mind for me and just kind of sticks with me.
Is it bad that when you said White Horse, the first thing I thought of was Lady Gaga arriving to the AMAs on her white horse tonight?
Oh, Lord almighty. We'll discuss that later.
We'll be talking about the AMAs in depth as our main discussion for today's episode. So, music videos, who else has an opinion?
Mine is ours. One, because I really love that video.
Maybe that's my favorite.
And mine! That's not fair. Stop stealing my thoughts.
I can pick a different one.
It's
I have
hilarious.
many favorites.
And I love the guy holding the banana in the elevator.
It's so funny because, like, you get to see Taylor in, like, a drastically different environment playing this character that's, like, so the opposite of her, which, like, we've seen her do before, but it was just the fact that she was playing such a regular person and she did it so well. that was what I loved about it, and all the office scenes were so funny.
And
I
Meredith's
like
in
when
it.
I like when she goes to the like fax machine or whatever, and it's just gone.
She's just the look on her face is just like. It was almost oh, I figured it out. I just figured it out. I've been trying to figure this out ever since that music video came out, and it just came to me. The look on Taylor's face when the fax machine is gone is like Napoleon Dynamite.
You know what? You're right. I can just picture that.
Yep.
So Nate, that's your favorite video too?
Yeah, but I can pick a different one because I have a lot of favorites.
Yeah, that's usually the case with trying to pick a favorite anything for Taylor. What else do you like?
Other than ours, I guess. Probably, this one's, I guess, a little more recent. Everything Has Changed. I think it's
so
really
cute.
cool.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it's really cool that
video.
they use those kids. Yeah, and then at the end, it just kind of, brought everyone back in together. Taylor and Ed actually appeared in the video, so I don't know, just the whole thing is really cute, and I don't know, it's a good, well put together video. So.
Also very unique from any of her past videos. Well,
Exactly.
actually, all of her videos are really unique from each other. There's really no video that has seemed like a repeat of anything she's done before, which, of course, it's Taylor. That's not surprising. Steph, what about you?
This is really tough because I love them all, but I'm going to say Our Song because she looks so cute in the whole video. She has straight hair and then she has curly hair. And I love her blue dress when she's on the porch. And I also love the dress when she has all the roses. And the behind the scenes of shooting that video is so awesome. And for me, when I was in law school at the time when that song was out, and every Friday I would go home and make sure that video had made the weekly countdown. And it was like the highlight of my week because the rest of my week was awful.
Well, so I was going to say ours, but a close tie for me is We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together. And I think just because, I think I really like when Taylor does like a humorous aspect to her videos.
So he's like, I still love you.
I mean, between that and the agency as Woodland Creatures and just like the really cool... one take video, the way that they did it and how each scene unfolds into the next, and everybody's just facial expressions are perfect, and I just feel like everything about that video is perfect.
And they worked really hard on that one too.
Yeah. So, that's probably mine, but I could name 10 others that I probably like just as much if I actually thought about it. Exciting news for all of our New Zealand Swifties. Grant tweeted today that they are all on their way to Auckland.
That they stole her jet.
But then I guess the plane had some problems, so they're stranded at LAX right now. That was the last tweet that I saw from him. So, well, by the time you hear this, they'll be long gone, but any Los Angeles Swifties, if you want to meet the agency, they're all in the airport right now. Or maybe they went to a hotel, I don't know. All I know is they were on their way, but then something happened with the plane, and I think they're going to be on their way tomorrow.
They will probably be secretly thankful that by the time this comes out, they won't be in the airport anymore, so if fans do rush after hearing this, they're going to be a little too late.
I just can't believe how close we are to the New Zealand and Australia shows.
It's so exciting. Red Tour is starting up again.
I'm really excited just to hear all of the updates and the B-Stage songs and any special guests, and I'm just really excited for all the fans over there that have been waiting for so long.
Sweeter than Fiction B-Stage. I want to hear it.
Half of me is really excited for everyone that gets to go see the show, and the other half of me is, doing the jealous thing.
That's a common dilemma for anything with Taylor.
It is a common dilemma.
The last thing that we wanted to discuss is the fact that Taylor has been creeping all over Instagram lately and liking a ton of fans' photos.
Yay!
Yeah, she's
cool.
definitely been kind of trolling, but that's okay with me.
One of the first people's photos that she liked was actually my good friend Bianca, who lives in Australia, and she had posted a picture of her and Taylor from when she met her on the Speak Now tour, and tagged it with, I think, Taylor Swift. So I think Taylor is just searching the tag for her name or something.
That's really cute.
Maybe.
And I definitely, as soon as I heard about that, went and posted like 10 different photos, all tagged and mentioned at Taylor.
I did the same thing.
But you never
A
know.
lot of people did. Well, regardless, congratulations to all those fans that Taylor liked their photos. I mean, that's really cool.
That's so
Congrats.
exciting. Just to get like that little piece of acknowledgement from Taylor, I feel like could make somebody's whole entire year.
Life.
Or life. Life. I just can't, like, because I have the Instagram app on my phone, and I don't really post that often, but whenever somebody likes my photo, you know, a notification pops up, this username liked your photo. If I was doing anything, and I got the notification that Taylor liked my photo, I would be in danger. Like, I don't even know what I would do. Like, what would you do if you were just, like, going about your day, you know, at work or, like, driving or, I don't know, anything? Well, if you're...
I'd probably be screaming.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, though, where, you know when somebody retweets you and their Twitter name is Taylor Swift, so, like, if you see that notification on your phone for, like, split second, you think that Taylor retweeted you, and then you realize that it's just someone else's Twitter, and they just happen to put Taylor Swift on it.
Especially when they have the same profile picture as her.
Yeah, so it's like that, but then you actually look at it and you realize it actually is her, and then there's the delayed reaction of screaming and squealing.
Well, Taylor, if you're listening, feel free to creep on any of our photos anytime.
Or continue to creep on our podcast. We don't mind that either.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be awesome.
Alright, well, now I think it's time for... Keeping
Up with
Swift.
Woohoo! Woo!
All right, so we have a ton of news in the past week. We have a lot of very exciting news, especially today, because today was the AMAs, and
Yay!
Taylor won a ton of awards tonight. I believe 4 out of her 5, so congratulations,
That's definitely
Taylor.
a record. I'm so happy about it.
It's very
She
cool.
looks so happy about it.
Yeah, she really was.
You know, I think that when I was on the Fantasy Focus and I mentioned to vote for Taylor for the AMAs, I think that was what did it.
Probably.
I think that pushed it over the edge, and that's
Push
why
it
she
over.
won.
Good job, Fantasy Focus
Could be.
listeners.
It could be.
No, I was so excited for her though.
Yeah, seriously. Well, she won. Here, I'll give you guys the awards she won. She won favorite female pop rock artist, favorite country album, favorite female country artist, and also the biggest one, artist of the year.
Yay!
Yay!
So again, congrats to her. Really, she's really excited for all of them.
She looked so pretty.
She really did.
I noticed that it looks like every single year at the AMAs, Taylor has worn some sort of gold or silver dress.
Mm-hmm. Except, like, I think it was, what was it, 2007?
I think
Like
like the
black
very
dress.
first
Yeah.
year she didn't.
Mhm.
She had a black dress on then.
Was it the one with the sleeves, like the gloves?
No, that was.
Nope.
I think the
I don't know.
ACM. This one, it was like a short
I
black
love
dress.
that, anyways.
Anyway, so yay Taylor, and we'll be discussing that more for our main discussion later in the show.
All right, so our next piece of news is going to be is actually really exciting. Taylor is performing. It's going to be on November 26th. She's performing at Kensington Palace in London. She'll be performing at the Winter Whites Gala. So that's really exciting. The gala is organized by Centerpoint, which is a charity for homeless people. And to top it off, Bon Jovi is also going to be performing that night. So I think it's going to be a pretty exciting Tuesday, to say the least.
Definitely.
Does anybody know what she's performing?
No, I haven't
not.
heard.
I'm assuming whatever the royal people want her to perform.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll do a duet with Bon Jovi.
That would be
There we go.
awesome.
That would
That'd
be
be really cool.
legendary.
So yeah, and then our next piece of news, if you guys haven't had enough awards yet, I'm sure Taylor hasn't, she is also nominated for the ACAs, the American Country Awards. So she has a ton of nominations. I'll give you the list right here. She's nominated for Artist of the Year, Artist of the Year Female, Single of the Year for Begin Again, Single of the Year for Vocal Collaboration for Highway Don't Care with Tim McGraw and Keith Urban, and Song of the Year for Highway Don't Care. But the award goes to the songwriters Mark Irwin, Josh Keir, Brad Warren, and Brett Warren. Touring Artist of the Year, GAC Music Video of the Year for Begin Again, and Music Video of the Year for Group Collab for Highway Don't Care. So I'm not sure how many awards that was, but
Can they just give her everything and just cancel
lot.
the
I mean,
show?
you might as well. I mean, just
Yeah,
don't even tune
yeah,
in. Just
that-
give them to Taylor.
They should do that. I would support that. That would be okay with me. The ACAs are fan voted, correct?
They are actually, yeah. You can actually go to their website, theacdays.com, to vote. They're going to air live on December 10th from Las Vegas, so I'm assuming you can vote anywhere up through there. So yeah, again, the website is theacdays.com.
The only I don't think Taylor will actually be at the award show because she has a show in Perth on the 11th. But I hope she can at least win some awards.
I'm sure she'll accept via satellite.
Yeah. Although I feel like some award shows lean in favor of artists who can actually attend, which is unfortunate, but we need to just keep voting and try to win her.
Yeah, most definitely.
If I remember last year, wasn't she up for a bunch last year and then she didn't win any, but like people were saying it's not really a reputable award show or something?
It's very new. It's only been on for the past 2 years, I think.
Well, either way.
Either way, it's still an award.
If she wins some, great. If not, she has plenty from tonight to keep her company.
I'm sure she's going to win some. And yeah, that's on December 10th.
Well, if they are truly fan voted, she should be winning some.
We're going to have a lot of things to watch on December 10th.
Actually, yeah, we are. Also, December 10th is the Victoria's Secret fashion show. I'm sure everyone has seen all the pictures from it already. They pre-recorded it, but it's going to air on the 10th. So, yeah, she taped it a couple weeks ago in New York City. So, it's going to be very exciting night. And I know Taylor actually said tonight that was one of the best nights of her life. So, moving on anyway. There was some strange news kind of in the media recently. Maybe some of you guys have heard, I don't know. So on October 29th, there was a pilot who crashed his private plane at the Nashville airport. And the pilot died. And when the authorities investigated, his death and everything, they saw that he actually listed Taylor as his next of kin to inherit, all of his things. So, but according to her representatives, Taylor has no idea who this guy is. So it's just kind of interesting that
he was probably in a file somewhere.
He's in a file somewhere.
I mean, that's
my
the most
favorite
awkward thing.
quote
Hey,
ever.
Taylor, this guy died and claimed that he was related to you somehow and left you everything. And Taylor's like, I have no clue who this human being is whatsoever. Like, that has to be so awkward. Poor Taylor.
She doesn't need his things.
You know what makes me really happy, though?
You're not allowed to say it because you'll just
You're
probably
not
die.
mentally stable.
Yeah, it just won't. Yeah, it will not work out. There's some swearing news from this week.
Just go!
Everybody, if you couldn't guess.
Yay!
2 pieces of swearing news, actually. The first one being Taylor's tweet, actually acknowledging swearing. So, she said, Ed told me to post this picture and caption it swearing.
I think Belle's actually dying.
I think she is. I think we lost her.
I'm not dying as bad as I was when it happened, and I was on Skype with these with these lovely friends of mine.
Yeah, we were on Skype, and you just hear her like doing this strange whimpering cat noise. I can't even describe it.
It was a combination between whimpering and hyperventilating.
It was
Pretty much, yeah.
I was a little scared.
We fully
So-
support Taylor to spend time with and or date whoever she wants, and if it happens to be a certain person named Ed Sheeran, then all the better.
Which is even more likely now that yesterday they were spotted hiking in Los Angeles.
Oh, and also, if
So-
you happen to be listening to this, within a day or two when it comes out, you should check the website and the Swearin' tab, because there's going to be a new chapter up.
Oh, geez.
I'm going to go back to my corner now.
Okay, let's. So anyway, for you swearing people out there, yeah, we're gonna have to stay tuned. Now, I was fortunate enough to be able to go to the last Madison Square Garden show with Ed, and I remember him saying something right before he played Tenerife Sea, and he said something along the lines of, "You guys are going to be hearing this song a lot in the next coming album." Now, whether that meant because he thinks it's going to be a really popular song, or whether he thinks it's going to garner a lot of media attention, who knows? But I thought it was kind of interesting to point out. So
I love that song.
it's actually a really very, very good song.
So now I think it's time to move on to some mini segments.
My favorite.
Love
Haley
mini
loves
segments.
mini segments. Alright, so the first one we got here is from Taylor Mace13 on Twitter, who says, "It feels like the perfect night to relive your first Taylor concert almost exactly 3 months ago." Aw, yay!
Yay!
I did that the other night. Actually, I went through my tour pictures. I was feeling nostalgic.
Sniffing.
Our next one comes from Super Producer 88, trying to decide what Taylor album best describes your life right now. Swifty problems.
Our next one is from Lauren Swift with 2 T's. "It feels like a perfect night to discover Swiftcast and marathon it for a while." Thank you so much, Lauren,
Heck yeah.
for listening. We hope you're enjoying your marathon.
Yay! We fully support Swiftcast marathons.
I sometimes do that. Our next one is also from Lauren Swift. "Really wanting the red hoodie, but your bank account says nope. Swifty problems."
I have the exact same problem right now, and it makes me sad. I want it so bad.
I want it, but my bank account always tells me nope for anything.
Sad, sad.
I have
Same.
2 Taylor hoodies, or 3, but that's not enough.
I had my I used to always wear my Fearless hoodie, but then when my dog was a puppy, she chewed holes in it, and now it's garbage. Like, I can't wear it anymore.
So, Nate, I think you wanted to respond to a mini segment from last week.
Oh, I did actually. Yeah. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to be on the episode, but if you guys were listening in last week, we had a tweet in from a fellow guy Swifty out there. His handle is @MaleSwifty, and he says, "No one wants to date a male Swifty." Frowny face. But oh well.
Frowny face.
Frowny face. But oh well. Taylor's music is all I need, and I'm happy with that. Swifty problems.
Smiley face.
Smiley face. Now,
Well, he definitely
just for
turned
the
that
record,
frown upside down, or technically sideways.
We're getting a little loopy at this hour. I apologize.
that's okay. I just want to set the record straight here. Now, the girl Swifties in this fandom treat the male Swifties very well, so I just got to say that. I just got to throw that out there. And I also got to say that, actually, I met my girlfriend at a Taylor Swift concert. She is also a Swiftie. So, just got to throw that out there. So, hang in there, I guess. I'm sure someone will come along. Swifties are actually really fun to date, so.
Unless you're a non-Swiftie dating us, then you might disagree.
Well, this is why that problem should just be eliminated. Like, every female Swiftie should find a male Swiftie and date them, and that'll never be a problem.
So I just got to stop us right here because Taylor is contributing to our mini segments.
It's
She
so
just
nice
tweeted-
when she does that.
It is.
Coming in from @TaylorSwift13. "You guys are the strongest, most powerful bond in my life, and I really appreciate the AMAs you won us tonight. Thank you so much."
Obviously, she means
Aw.
us, Swiftcast.
Clearly.
She means
Clearly,
us.
us.
And you
No,
guys.
but
Swifties.
I love the fact that she always says, "You won us, not me."
Aw.
You know, talking about her whole band and crew
Yeah.
and
So
everyone
nice.
involved. That's just one of the many reasons why I love her.
That's how she views it, though. Like, her band and crew and everybody, that's her family, and she considers everybody, like, whenever she, like, accomplishes anything, she always feels like it's not just her that accomplished it, that all the people that have helped her along the way, and that is one of the reasons that we love her so much.
So thank you, Taylor, for that tweet, because that gives us the perfect segue into our main discussion, which of course is all about the AMAs.
Where
Yeah,
do we begin?
Taylor
First of all,
she was just amazing tonight. She looked fantastic like always. She won 4 out of the 5 awards for which she was nominated. And tonight she became the artist who has won the most times Artist of the Year. This was her 3rd time winning it. And by the end of the night, her overall total of awards from the AMAs ended up at 14, which is really exciting. Yeah, how about I thought all of her acceptance speeches were great. She's always so eloquent and thankful and amazing. She had some great dancing clips to Luke Bryan.
oh,
I was kind of sad they didn't show more of her dancing because I'm sure she was dancing throughout the show.
I was going to say, The one thing that I really loved about her AMA nominations, and then she actually mentioned this, was the fact that she was nominated in both pop and country categories.
That was definitely nice to see. It was sort of almost a symbolic moment that you finally realize that she's finally being accepted and embraced as an artist who doesn't have to define herself to one genre. After all of the, crap that she's been getting for it for so long. I don't get that either.
Nobody should have to. And in one of her several acceptance speeches, she said, like, I'm so grateful that you recognize, and put me in a position where when I'm writing songs, I don't have to think about, should this be pop or should this be country? And I can just think about writing the song I want to write.
On a similar note, another artist who did the same thing, Justin Timberlake. He was nominated for pop rock, and he was nominated for, I think it was R&B soul.
Yes.
He's always kind of been in both those categories, and I think he does it really well.
Mm-hmm.
And since we're speaking about Justin and Taylor, I just have to say, best photo and Tumblr GIF of my entire life. I will never get over those pictures and video clips of when Justin won one of his awards and he was sitting right by Taylor and they both jumped up and he was freaking out and she was fangirling and oh my god, it was the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
It was awesome.
They are amazing.
And it took
hilarious.
Those moments. Taylor also presented best male pop rock to Justin Timberlake, and those two are such good friends, and it made me think back to when Taylor was on Ellen, and Ellen she brought him out as a surprise, and it was so cool.
Wasn't that like right when Fearless came out?
Yeah, I think it was back in 2008.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Wasn't that when Abigail was on too?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, both of them. Well, they surprised her with Abigail, and then they surprised both of them with Justin Timberlake.
They nearly died.
It's so fun to see, like, somebody that, you have, or your friends have, or a lot of people have fangirled over, being the one that's fangirling over someone else.
It just, like, really speaks to just who she is as a person, like, just how supportive she is of other artists. She never, of course she loves getting her awards, but she never is somebody who thinks it should be all about her. Like, she really is genuinely happy for everybody else all the time. And you can tell when someone's being sincere with something like that or when they're being fake. And, of course, Taylor is very real about it.
That's also true. And another thing is, like, she's never adopted that mentality where, like, oh, it's just another day. Like, she sees somebody that she loves, she fangirls. Just because she might be just as famous as they are, she doesn't have that mentality of, oh, hey,
Yeah.
It's, oh my god!
Yeah, I agree. And
I think it's really endearing.
It's endearing, and she's just such a genuine person. So Taylor didn't perform tonight, but there were a lot of other performances throughout the night. Did anybody have a favorite? For me, I liked Luke Bryan because I do like country music a lot, and I thought it was cute how Taylor was dancing to him.
He was great.
It was really cute.
Honestly,
Ariana Grande had a good one.
She did.
I didn't get to see it.
Yeah, she is just a really strong vocalist. She doesn't really need a lot of like special effects and things.
Her dress was gorgeous too.
I gotta say, after Miley's performance, I thought it was pretty funny when Taylor won the award, and she goes up on the stage, and she goes, "Ooh, just catch my breath from that last Miley performance."
That was a great quote.
That was pretty funny. Something like that. I don't know if I'm quoting it right.
Yeah,
but...
There's something about she was going hard at that rocking ball or something.
Oh, there it is. Yep.
Can I just say one thing about Miley's performance?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I'm just glad she had some clothes on.
Some clothes, not what would be a normal
I
amount
said
of clothes
some.
for any
I
person.
said some. I said some. I mean, I didn't expect her to be fully clothed, but I'm just glad that I did not get a full frontal.
Yeah. I always feel like I'm so biased when I'm comparing other performances to Taylor because I love Taylor, but it just seems at award shows like so many of the performances are just an artist trying to be something or trying to come off a certain way. I don't know, and to me that's just not that impressive. Like, I didn't really see the full thing of Justin Timberlake's performance, but I thought his was pretty good. Like, it was pretty simple. It wasn't like this elaborate thing. It was just him playing his song, and I don't know. I like that better.
So do I normally. I'm not one for huge elaborate performances.
Unless
it's
Taylor's.
something like Here or Never.
See, we're
Yeah,
so
exactly.
biased.
I knew you
Yeah,
were in trouble.
but-
Yeah.
Well, if anybody wants to tweet us about their thoughts on the AMAs, what your favorite part was, what you thought of Taylor's outfit, anything at all, tweet us, email us, Facebook us, anything, and we can talk about it.
There's one more thing I want to say about Taylor's outfit, though. And that's, Taylor loves Christmas, right? Did anybody feel like her outfit, especially kind of the bottom of it, looked kind of like Christmas decoration? Like tree tinsel or something?
Yeah, I can see that.
I just thought this was sort of Taylor's
very flashy.
statement that Christmas is now starting to be upon us.
Yeah, I think Ashley already said this, but Taylor seems to wear gold to the AMAs a lot. And maybe
Yeah,
it's
gold or silver. It's
Mhm.
probably because she's like getting in the spirit of the time of year.
Yeah, that makes
definitely.
sense.
Mhm.
It does make sense.
It did snow here today.
I don't think I've ever felt
Yeah.
like it was really winter in November before like I do this year.
And if you guys haven't seen pictures from it or would like to see a bunch more, you can check out our Twitter, Swiftcast13. There are a ton of pictures from tonight's. So
And if you
Check
have
it out.
comments or opinions or questions to share with us, of course, email us at swiftcast13@gmail.com or find us on Facebook or Twitter under Swiftcast13, and we'd love to hear from you. So now we want to move on to what we're calling kind of our rotating mini segment, where each of our hosts has a week where they get to feature a topic that they want to talk about. So last week, Belle talked about her novel and her fanfic, and we'll be talking about other books in the future. So if you have any books you would like her to review or talk about, let her know. So this week, for my segment, I'm going to be doing, basically every time it's my turn, I'll be reviewing an artist or band or a recent other show that I've been to, since I do go or try to go to a lot of other shows besides Taylor, which is a lot easier to do when Taylor's not touring, because for the past 6 months, pretty much all my free time and resources were all dedicated to Taylor. So since the Red Tour in the US has ended, I've gone to a couple shows, and I just went to the Pink Truth About Love tour. And I saw Pink once before. I saw her at the iHeartRadio Festival when I went to see Taylor, and she had a mini set, and I was really impressed, so I was really excited to see her full show. I mean, it definitely lived up to my expectations. She is such an athlete. Like, I don't know where she got all of her acrobatics training, but the stuff that she does while singing is just incredible. She's hanging from the ceiling, like flying from ropes, like hanging from a disco ball by one arm. Like, she does all these crazy things. And I mean, she did not seem like she was lip syncing at all. Like, you can usually tell. She has such a strong voice, and her show was very well put together. I feel like she's almost a little bit underrated because you just don't hear about her and like her tour as much, but I do consider her on the same level as Taylor in the way that, she has this huge tour. It's been going on since last year at arenas all over the world. She has tons of songs on the radio. Everybody knows some of her songs, whether you're a fan or not. And she's been doing it for a long time, and she really knows what she's doing.
I was always impressed by her. I think, she actually can sing pretty well.
And one thing that I thought was really interesting and kind of a really brave choice for her to make is, I didn't know this before I went to the show, so I knew that she had her first child like about 2 or 3 years ago. She has a really adorable daughter named Willow, and she said during the concert that since she's become a mom, she basically decided that she won't say swear words that are in her songs anymore.
Aww.
Oh, wow.
Huh.
Which is interesting because,
That's kind of cute.
her audience kind of expects her to, because especially with her older songs, that's what they've, just been used to from her. And a lot of her songs, there's the explicit version and the clean version that you hear on the radio, but it seemed like the crowd didn't mind. It seemed like people were, willing to fill in the words for her. I just thought that was really interesting. I mean, I don't think, she felt like she had to. I think she just wanted to. Because her image, I mean, it still was not a squeaky clean show. I mean, there were a lot of little kids there, and she was wearing, very skimpy outfits, and there was definitely a lot of, like, suggestive language and, like, choreography, but yeah, I guess that she just felt like that was what was right for her to do at this time. But I thought it was a really good show. I'm really glad I went. I would definitely go to another show of hers again. The other thing, of course, I always compare every show to Taylor, which is not fair, but I wish that she would have talked to the audience a little bit more.
Oh, I completely know what you mean.
Oh, really?
I think we're just so used to that with Taylor.
From song to song.
I know, and maybe most artists don't really do that. I mean, she did talk to the audience some, but I just not very much. Like, for the most part, it was from one song to another to another. One thing she did do that was really cool was, so she didn't have a B stage or a mini stage. She stayed on the main stage the whole time, but she did have an acoustic set, which for about 3 or 4 songs, she just sat on a bar stool with her guitarist at like the very front of the stage, and it was just the guitar and her vocals. And then, so I always love when artists do acoustic sets in their shows, and then she was up at the front of the stage, and there was a big pit and lots of people there, and she actually like walked like across the stage a few times, like taking gifts from the fans and like commenting on them and showing them off.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Of course, if Taylor did that, it would be a disaster. People wouldn't be civilized about it at all. She could never do that.
True.
So, Ashley, did you find that because she didn't really talk as much, did she perform more songs, or was the show, like, how long was the show?
It was actually a little bit shorter than the Red set. Even though she did a lot of songs, but a few of them she did shortened versions and sort of combined them into a medley. So It's sort of hard to count. She tried to do as many of her old songs as possible, but she didn't do the whole song of all of them.
Okay, that makes sense.
It was 17 songs with the full set list.
But the show itself was nearly 2 hours. Right? I mean, Taylor would usually go on at 8:30 and it would end
Taylor's
around
show.
like 10:20. And then if she had a special guest, it would end even a little bit later than that. The show was like, I don't know, maybe...
The show was a pretty consistent,
yeah, this one was more like an hour and 50. So it was probably similar, but yeah. I was glad that she did a lot of her old songs, even though she didn't do the full song, because, she has fans that have been with her for a long time, and I think it's always important to keep some of those in the set. So I would recommend it. Her tour is actually almost over. She's been on this tour since last spring, like almost around when the Red Tour started. But if you have a chance to see her, I would definitely recommend it.
I've only seen her live at iHeartRadio, and actually we were at the same show, Ashley, before I knew you.
Yeah.
But I will back you up on the fact that she is very lively and entertaining and acrobatic when she performs, and that is really cool to see.
Yeah, it definitely was. And the whole time that she was like flying from the ceiling, I just was thinking, I'm really glad Taylor doesn't do this because I would be so scared for her.
Oh, I love Taylor, but please no, do not trust.
I don't think that Taylor will be doing that anytime soon.
Yeah, I'd be a little terrified too.
That was my review of the Pink Show, and I think we can move on to some upcoming Red shows now.
Oh, definitely, which is exciting because only in a couple days, on November 29th, 30th, and December 1st, she's going to be in Auckland. And then December 4th, she's going to be in Sydney, Australia. December 7th, she's going to be traveling to Brisbane. December 11th, she'll be in Perth. December 14th, she'll be in Melbourne. And then she travels to London in February the 1st, 2nd, and 4th. She's going to quickly go to Berlin on the 7th, and then she'll be back in London on the 10th and the 11th. And the Vamps are going to be opening for her in London.
I'm a little surprised that no more dates have been added.
I'm kind of wondering at this point if they will be added.
It seems very strange to me that her world tour would be so limited on what's been such a successful, huge tour.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
Exactly, yeah.
Maybe there's kind of...
I know she said before in the past, though, that she gets like a better idea from year to year, like how to do it the next year, so as to not like overstrain yourself, I guess. So I wonder if she's trying to, take it maybe a little easier than she has been. Maybe she thinks she needs more time recording in the album or something like that. So I don't know. That's
Well, I
just my
hope a lot
speculation.
of the UK and European Swifties are able to get to London or Berlin.
I hope so too. Yeah, I hope she at least announces that that's gonna be the end of the tour. That on the 11th, if it ends up being.
We'll
that
know
way.
soon, probably. It would be strange to me though if she didn't play any shows in Asia.
Yeah, I think she'll add some for March. Because the Speak Now tour ended in Australia in March, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm really excited to just hear some new tour information and updates and see what she plays on the B stage, and probably sob with jealousy when she plays Sweeter Than Fiction, because that's probably going to happen.
Now that it's out.
So moving on now, we have our weekly fashion update, all about the AMAs with Jamie from TaylorSwift'sCloset.com.
Hello, Swiftcast listeners. This is Jamie from TaylorSwift'sCloset.com with a quick AMA fashion recap. And if you have watched the AMAs yearly, you may have noticed that Taylor wears gold every year to the American Music Awards, and she continued this trend for this year. She wore a gold-plated mini dress from the Julian McDonald Fall 2013 collection. It had a mesh triangle insert on the front and had this sort of gold fringe kind of frothing off the bottom of the dress. And this dress this year, actually, I think Taylor has made some really great red carpet outfit choices, and this one definitely fits the bill in my opinion. I thought it was a knockout choice. She topped every AMA best dress list I've seen so far, and I also thought it was unexpected for a fall-winter event like the AMAs to wear such a short metallic dress, but it definitely worked, and I thought she looked fantastic. She also wore some gold Jimmy Choo Madison sandals, which look like a very extravagant pair of gladiator heels and a matching metallic gold. And to accessorize, she wore Lorraine Schwartz jewelry, as always, and carried a Todd clutch. Overall, I think her gold look very much set the tone for the rest of the show for her, resembling her clean sweep of awards. And it probably was one of my personal favorite short dresses that I've seen her wear this year. You can get more details on this AMA look as well as tons of other Taylor looks on my website. This is Jamie from TaylorSwift'sCloset.com reporting for Swiftcast.
Thanks so much, Jamie, and you guys should definitely check out TaylorSwift'sCloset.com. Taylor has had a lot of really cute outfits lately, and Jamie's been getting them all up on the site right away, and I know there's a ton of stuff that I wish I could buy, but unfortunately can't. But you should still look at it. So, moving on now to fan projects. We actually have two really cool projects to tell you about that are going on this month.
We do. The first one is the Swiftie Christmas Card Exchange. I think this is really cool. Swiftie448 is organizing a Swiftie Christmas Card Exchange to share loving and caring messages to Swifties around the world. She's going to personally send cards to each Swiftie who signs up, which is really, really cool. And she'll also, share like each if you give your permission to, she'll share your address with other Swifties so other people can send you cards and you can send cards to other people. So that's really, really cool. If you're interested in participating, just message her on TC or on her TC name, I'm guessing is the Swiftie448. Or email Jill _
It's
Wagner.
Swiftie with the Y. SW.
Yeah, Swiftie with the Y, yeah. Swiftie with the Y, so
yeah.
SWIFTY 448 on Taylor Connect. Or you can email her at Jill _ Wagner15@hotmail.com to be added to the list. In your email, you can include your name, your mailing address, whether or not you want your address to be given to other Swifties, so like you can exchange cards with them and they can with you and whatnot, and your email address. So I think that's really, really cool. I'd love to get a bunch of Swiftie cards and send them out. Yay!
It's pretty unique. So our next fan project comes from Taylor Swift Fan 001 on Taylor Connect, and they are running the Thank You Big Machine Records project. Now, Taylor Swift Fan 001 writes in, they say, Big Machine, Taylor's record label, has done so much for us. Everything from signing Taylor to doing contests and things like that. Too much to speak of, really. She basically just wants to make a video full of Swifties saying thank you to Big Machine for everything. And you can thank them for whatever you want. So, signing Taylor, if you won something from them, some funny tweets, or Scott Borchetta, entertaining you, anything you want. So, there currently is no deadline, just hopefully before Taylor's birthday, because it's a birthday project. So, all entries will be in the video, and it will be uploaded to YouTube. So, you can send any of the following that you want. You can send a picture of you holding a handwritten note. You can send a 10 to 15 second video. You could send a picture of you with a typed note, a picture of a handwritten note, or just a typed note that you type and she'll copy and paste. So I should probably say also, if you're going to do something handwritten, it should probably be
help.
legible. So that would help.
It should probably also be in all caps, because Scott Borchetta loves his caps lock parties.
There we go, exactly. So, all entries need to be sent to thankyouBMR@outlook.com.
I like that. I think that'll be really cool.
That's cute. I might do something for that.
Yeah, I really hope that works out. I hope you guys send in a bunch of stuff. I'd love to see that video.
All right, and then us Swiftcasters have a contest going. It's going to run through the rest of the year. It's our theme song contest. So it's going to be really cool for you guys to put a lot of input into something we're going to have on every episode. So you must come up with your lyrics. You can either come up them with the original tune or put them to a tune of something, which is great. Bonus points if you're a singer and want to record it yourself as an audio or video submission. And then the winner gets to be put on an episode of Swiftcast. Their name is announced at the end of each episode, and they get an Ours single CD, which is awesome.
And just to clarify, what we're asking you guys to come up with a theme song for is every time that you play our episode, the beginning of our episode, what you're hearing right now, where it says it feels like the perfect night to listen to Swiftcast, that's going to be your little song and lyrics that we're going to end up putting on there. So that's what that's for. So you guys can help us come up with something that is on, like Haley said, on every episode of Swiftcast. So, yay.
And then your name will be at the end.
Next, we're going to move on to our exciting giveaways that we have. We actually passed 51 reviews on iTunes, so our iTunes giveaway is officially closed.
Finally!
Yay!
And we really appreciate everybody who reviewed us. Thank you so much. Keep reviewing us. We really appreciate that. But for this giveaway, the winner of the red guitar picks and red sticker is Lortz11. LORTZ11. So if Lortz11 is listening, we really hope you are right now, please email us at swiftcast13@gmail.com with your shipping information so we can send your prize. And in the event that Lortz11 is no longer a listener, if we don't hear from Lortz11 within 7 days of this episode being released, then we will randomly select another winner and let you know. But we hope Lortz11 is out there and listening, and we wish we had your contact information, so get in touch with us.
Yeah, unfortunately, iTunes only shows us the username and not your email address or anything. So if you're listening, and we hope you are, just let us know and we will mail your prize. Yay. So our next contest / giveaway / exciting thing that we're doing is related to Taylor's birthday. We are calling this the Taylor Birthday Challenge, and we're going to have some really special mystery prizes to give away very soon, and all we can tell you right now is that they will be Taylor merch, so that's always a good thing no matter what. And in order to enter this giveaway, we're asking you to do some creative things to celebrate Taylor's upcoming 24th, can't believe it, birthday. Can you believe it?
She's
No.
getting so old. I remember she
No.
was 17. What?
So, basically, if you want to participate, you're going to do one of these challenges that I'll read in a minute and take a photo or video of yourself doing them and send them to us at swiftcast13@gmail.com. And this contest is going to run all the way through Taylor's birthday on December 13th, so about 2 weeks. And in a week or two, sometime before it ends, we will be making the announcement of what the prizes are. So here are some ideas of challenges that we had, but also feel free to make up your own, anything creative that celebrates Taylor. So here's some ideas. Rearranging the CDs in a store so all the Taylor ones are in the front. Always fun. Going to Starbucks or anywhere else that asks for your name and giving them the name Taylor Swift for your order. Drawing a birthday message to Taylor with sidewalk chalk outside of your house if you live somewhere where there's not snow on the ground right now, which I really wish I did. Using the number 13 in a creative way, so this could really be anything with 13. Dress up like Taylor for a day, either in a blonde wig or in an outfit she's worn or anything, really. And then, yeah, anything else you can think of. Basically, what we want to do is get a whole bunch of photos and videos of fans doing unique things to celebrate Taylor and then put them into a video montage on YouTube and tweet it to everybody. And, you know, hopefully she'll see it. But either way, it'll be really a fun way for us to celebrate her birthday. So we hope you'll participate, and we're going to have some really cool prizes that we will be telling you about soon.
All right. So, definitely submit for that, and I think that could be a really cool project. We wanted to remind you guys here that when you are on iTunes, press the subscribe button, and that means that every time that we upload a new episode, it automatically downloads for you, and you don't have to, go to our page and download the episode manually every time that we put one out. It just makes it easier for you. Make sure to check out our store at cafepress.com/swiftcaststuff. Any purchase that you make of any of our merch just helps us continue to bring the show to you for free and helps us, cover the costs of running it. So that's just, helping us and helping you because you get something really cool and unique when it comes to merch and stuff and Taylor. And you also get to help us out with keeping the show going. So yay, do it. We love you. Let us know how you liked the episode of Swiftcast. Tweet us, leave us a review on iTunes. You can check out our Facebook. Make sure to follow our WordPress. All these other things are basically, if you're looking for us on almost any social networking site, you can find us at Swiftcast13. The only one that's different is our store at Swiftcast Stuff. So definitely make sure that you are keeping up with us. Even when we're not, putting out an episode, we sometimes have really cool daily news and tweets and blog posts, so you should be definitely following us in other places.
I just want to point out that we recently redid our website. So if you go on our website, at the top right corner, you'll see basically every single link of every single anything social network that we have. So, we got Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, we got our store, we got TC, we got all kinds of stuff there. So a really easy way is just to go to our website and look for all the icons and the buttons you can push. And on another note, if you want to leave us feedback on our website, if you think there's any improvements you can be made, if there's anything you like about it, you can feel free to let us know.
Yeah, and there's a contact form right on there that's really easy to find. We'd love to hear from you.
Definitely.
So, next week, Taylor will, and I have a good one.
Go for it.
I'm pretty sure she's going to adopt a koala bear when she gets to Australia.
You stole mine! Man, you stole mine!
And then she's gonna dress it up as a panda bear. Just for Grant.
That would be great.
What will she name
Maybe
it?
she'll name it Ed.
Maybe she'll kidnap a kangaroo. That's
Ed
fine.
And Ed.
And Ed.
The koala named Panded.
I'm gonna throw one thing out here that I didn't mention before. This isn't a next week Taylor will, but it is something else. Considering her awesome friendship with Ed, what if she named her entire album after him and then just added the R?
Well, if that fact is confirmed, we'll be talking about that
Next
on
week
the
on-
next
on
episode of
Swiftcast.
Swiftcast. So, for episode 32, this has been Ashley.
Belle.
Haley.
Nate.
And Steph.
And we will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace out, Swift Scouts.
Swiftcast supports BeTheMatch.com, get entered into the Bone Marrow Registry, and maybe save a life. Visit our affiliates at TaylorSwiftCloset.com, where you can find detailed daily updates on Taylor's latest fashion, and our friends at ESPN Fantasy Focus. They podcast daily with all the latest tips, advice, and updates on the current season's fantasy football and baseball.
Swiftcast has no direct affiliation with Taylor Swift, Big Machine Label Group, or 13 Management.